Welcome to the channel. If you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe for more.
Adopted at birth, my early years were filled with love. Though the adoption was not formal, my adoptive parents provided me with a nurturing home and the opportunity to pursue my passion for business. Despite always knowing I was adopted, I rarely questioned my origins until an unexpected encounter forced me to confront my past in a manner I never imagined. At just 23, I was already nursing battle scars from a string of failed relationships. Tired of heartbreak and craving something deeper, I found myself turning to older women for comfort. Fate flipped my world upside down one quiet, ordinary evening. While waiting on a friend at a hotel bar in Kingston, I spotted an alluring woman sipping a drink alone. Her confidence and calm pulled me in like a magnet. I always fancy older women. All the young girls do is break my heart, so I decided to try older women instead. That evening, as I waited for a friend after work, I noticed her, quietly enjoying herself. She was stunning. Nice, short, chocolate woman. Looking at her, you would think she was my age. I struck up a conversation, and our chemistry was instant. We kept in touch after that night and started dating about a month later. But what I didn't know was that I had just started a relationship with the one woman I should have never met that way. My biological mother. As our relationship deepened, her reticence about discussing her past led me to assume it was due to personal hardship. I admired her passion for travel and the quiet strength that shone through, even as she alluded to painful memories from her youth. She never liked to talk about herself, and I figured it was past trauma because she shared with me that she went through a lot in her younger days. A turning point came during a pillow talk moment when I, in an effort to open up to her, mentioned that I was adopted, a subject I don't mention a lot. In response, she made a casual remark that would soon haunt me. She told me she had a son when she was young, but her parents made her give him up for adoption right after birth because she was underage, and they couldn't afford to take care of the child. I could relate. When I heard this, I had a gut feeling I couldn't ignore. I knew I had to explore the possibility that our lives were more connected than they appeared. Her story and my story, even though I never knew much, was too similar, and I just wanted to make sure, because at that point, my feelings for her were growing stronger. She thinks I'm joking when I try to make a connection and say it can't be like that. I remember when she said, "If you're my son, I would know." And I ask her how, because she doesn't even know how he looks now or where he is or what his name is. Puzzled and unsettled by her words, I sought guidance from my adoptive father. Over time, our conversations, filled with recollections of the adoption process and the careful decisions made by those involved, began to paint a startling picture. My adoptive father recalled specific details from the day I was born. The details were also familiar to her. It was becoming increasingly clear that her connection to my adoptive father was not coincidental. My adoptive dad and her were already familiar with each other when they met. They know each other's names, remember the day I was born and everything. That's when my father reminded her that he and Mama met her and her mother through a family friend, and they took me in from there. The arrangement, I said, wasn't processed through an official agency. His parents simply took him in and raised him as their own. As the truth unfolded, I learned that his mother gave him up for adoption after becoming pregnant as a result of a traumatic experience. For Mark, the realization was devastating. It's like it never fazed her. At one point, I felt like she was trying to blame me for not finding out earlier, but how could I have known? That was the weirdest, most disturbing encounter of my life. I'm not emotional, but I cried till I was sick. I basically sinned. In the weeks that followed, I grappled with an onslaught of emotions, from deep sorrow to a paralyzing sense of betrayal. The intensity of the revelation left me questioning every past moment of intimacy and affection, and I now struggle to reconcile the loving memories with the painful truth of my origins. At one point, I just never felt like living again. It took a lot for me to get peace of mind, and even now I still think about it. No matter how I try to forget, I can't forget the time I unknowingly had a lot of sex with someone who turned out to be my biological mother. She left the country, leaving me to come to terms with the devastating discovery on my own. I didn't see her after that. I don't think I want to. What will ever become of it? Does it even make sense? My regret for not probing deeper into my origins during my youth now underscores a truth that, while heartbreaking, has forever reshaped my identity. This made me regret not asking questions. I can only hope God forgives me.